My name's Michael. I'm from Hope UC Maitland. I sort of started thinking about coming to church towards the start of 2020, right about when COVID was sort of kicking off. And the isolation sort of made me feel a bit lonely sometimes, and I just felt like I wanted to get into a church.
So I'm a hairdresser, and it was through my client Zoe who would speak of Jesus, and which got me intrigued and I wanted to know more. So after her letting me know and connecting me to the sisters group at church is where I then grew my faith in Jesus and met some beautiful friends through sisters.
G'day, my name's Daryl Stanford. A bit about my story. About 12 months ago, I was going through a bad stage of life, which culminated in me being incarcerated. So I suppose when I got out of jail, I had a few things that I'd written down in jail actually that I had to do when I got out. And number one was to find a church home. And from the moment I walked in the door, I still had a lot of uncertain things going on in my mind and whether, this was going to be the right place for me, whether I'd need to keep looking. But from the minute I walked in the door and just the warmth I felt in here straight up, I knew I was in the right spot.
So baptism to me is an outward symbol of an inward change, and it was really important for me to do that. And I was surrounded by friends and family on the day, and it was just so beautiful.
Didn't really understand what baptism was all about or what it was for, but it turns out it's not one thing but a lot of different things. It's your public declaration of your faith to God and in front of the body of Christ, which is the church.
Baptism was another important part of the process because I struggled with the fact that from all the things that I'd done wrong in life. Now, Christianity was a big part of that, obviously, with Christ being on the cross. Also the washing, the washing of old, the beginning of new, that was critical, I think, for me to really feel clean again.
So stepping into the pool, surrounded by a full room of people and my family and friends, and just having that moment of declaration and the submission into the water and coming back out was the most beautiful feeling I've ever felt. And I actually, had that ugly cry happening, but it was so beautiful and a day I'll never forget. And it's something that I'm very proud of myself for doing something out of my comfort zone and declaring my love for Jesus that day in a room full of people.
And there wasn't a dry eye in the house actually after it all happened, and I'd been baptised and we'd gone through the process. So it allowed, walls to be broken down pretty quickly between me and my dad in particular. We embraced for the first time in 30 years on that day in this church. So I know that the power of everything that Christ does great is always there for me now. And
It's all just boils down to love, man. Yeah. It's taken me 27 years to realise that, but I finally do.
I'm just so grateful for God for directing me to this church and to all these new people that are just giving me so much love and support and welcomed me with open arms. Like, I've never felt that so much love and support in my life.
I think it's so important that you are around other people, like-minded people in the same, position that you may be in, or people that can just relate to you on a different level. It's quite unreal.
He's always looking out for me. He's ever present. And even when I haven't realised he's been there. Even when I didn't believe in him, he was still looking after me.